turn around when it is safe to do so. At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Welcome to the stream, guys. We are going to be here in Forza Horizon tonight. I'm going to tackle some of the Forzathon events, mainly the PR stunts, the trial to unlock the new Renault, and I think I'm going to give the new Showcase Remix a try. And we're actually going to go to the Showcase Remix first. I'm going to see if I can't get it quick. Seemed like it'd be an interesting one. I gotta say, this Charger Hellcat is definitely a handful to drive. I have it like maxed out on the engine upgrades, but I do not have the widest tires you can get on it, so it definitely struggles a little bit. Real fun to drive though, I gotta say, on the sim rig especially. This isn't really a drift setup. Actually, it doesn't have much camber or anything at all, and it has a ton of grip. It's just that torquey of a motor has no problem. I was actually doing some photos of this car for my Instagram page, which is why I was driving it before this. But I figured it'd be something interesting and different I haven't drove in a while to take over here and get this started. I don't know what it is, if it's the weight or the long wheelbase, but I've noticed like all the muscle cars, old and new, do really well off-road in Horizon, or at least in the dirt. Oh, a little too much there. Having a little fun here in the dirt, trying to get warmed up. I haven't played this game since the last video I made. Besides driving and take pictures, when I do that I actually use a controller because it's the only way to really do it without fumbling around up here on my little button pad. Almost went to the rocks. So if you guys haven't really played Horizon the last week or don't know, we've had a bunch of new Renaults come this week. And we are on our last one. I've noticed a lot of people complaining about it, and I don't know why. I guess it's a lot of people want newer cars, hypercars, and that sort of thing, but it's nice to have something different here in the game, especially because of, like I said in my last video, the location it takes place. It just makes sense to have more of those cars here in Horizon 4. definitely been a while since I drove the Colorado ZR2 stock, so this might take me a minute. I don't know if this is actually stock even. They might upgrade it for the showcase. You know, I didn't think about it before, but I really should have streamer mode turned on. Oh, need to be in third gear. I was not expecting that. I forgot how short the gears in this thing are stock. Well, that was a terrible start. So third gear. That's the one really bad thing about having an H pattern shifter in Horizon is you've got to know what gear to go into with these rolling starts. It's always different car to car too. It really isn't helping me either that my tablet's kind of covering up most of the RPM gauge and speedometer. So I can't really see a lot of what's going on there. So I believe this is a 7 or 8 speed. Oh. Door to door with him right now. Oh, that's an awesome shot. This thing just falls out of the gearing so quickly. Might end up needing to do a restart on this just so I can learn where I need to be in the gears and what parts of the track. Straight drifting that. This is fantastic weather for this too. Speaking of the weather, like, or where I live is actually supposed to get just about like this in the next day or so. We're supposed to get like 5 inches of rain, which really sucks. It's pretty cold, so it means a lot of that's probably going to end up freezing and making the roads really bad. Unfortunately, and at the same time, oh, we're definitely going into that wall. I did everything I could try to slow down for that. There's no way. As I was getting ready to say, kind of fortunately and unfortunately, seasons don't change as quickly in real life as they do in Horizon. It'd be kind of nice. It almost seems like it does sometimes in Indiana, though. Our weather is so ridiculous here. I mentioned in one of my videos, over Christmas, we had like really warm weather. You could go outside without a coat, which is insane because usually we have at least like a foot of snow on the ground. Yeah, I kind of figured I was going to have to do another run at that. That was terrible. I hate how it does that whenever it starts you off and you're playing on the wheel. I think I should stay in 6. So I remember. Oh my gosh, we just got destroyed. Wow. I was not expecting that to happen. So back in 6. Oh, yeah, there he is. We're going to have to go back further than that. I don't know how I'm going to avoid him there. Not with that line I'm wanting to take. And how, like, side by side we are. Alright, well, this is great. I don't think I'm going to be able to get around this. I'm going to, maybe if I rewind further back. I might just have to restart the race though, because I'm just going to get screwed there. There's nothing I can do. It's so big he just shoves me around. Let's see, let's go a little bit further. A little clutch kick, see if maybe we can't get speed up a little bit more. Oh my. I guess we restart. I don't really know what else to do because there's no way I'm going to be able to recover from that and get back ahead of him in this Colorado. Definitely not fast enough. I was really not expecting to have this many issues with the trial, or not the trial, but the Showcase Remix. That's why I actually wanted to do it first. Okay, so clutch in until we get control of the vehicle, so it'll actually go straight into third gear this time. Oh, fourth gear again. And another rewind. I need to go a little bit more right off this jump. Yeah, you can see I like shot straight left. Let's see if I can cut the wheel just a little bit here. Get on a little bit better line. Much better. That's the great thing about Forza Horizon is you can rewind and analyze and correct your mistakes. Please don't hit me this time. Little left foot braking. Come on, getting power. Really, all the way down to fourth gear? I guess we are in a pretty steep grade. We're definitely a little further ahead this time than we were in the first round. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I had to be in third gear coming off that jump. Actually, let's just rewind. I really don't want to restart the whole race. So let's rewind a little bit here to the jump, and I'll downshift to third and get ready for it. So maybe this time I can actually accelerate once we hit the water. There we go. I actually was able to dig ourselves out a little bit that time. Maybe with enough rewinds I can actually piece this together. No, bang limiter. It's really tricky to figure out where exactly you need to be at the rev range in this truck to really be in like the proper power band. I do know it's a really short power band if I remember right from when I first got this thing and upgraded it myself. Which makes sense. Most trucks do have a very short kind of torque-based power band. Oh, turn! I even yanked the handbrake and I could still not get this thing to turn there for me. I was just going way too fast into that corner again. You know what, like I said, we're just going to piece this together with rewinds. Nobody has to know except me and you. It's been a really long time since I've done this showcase though too, I gotta say, so definitely is a refresher coming back here. Oh, come on. Oh, he like smashed me into the wall there at the finish line too. Oh, did I actually get first? What? Okay, I'm not gonna argue. He literally like crushed us at the finish line there. That was crazy. really need to turn on streamer mode. I got some decent money off that at least. Oh, that car's actually worth a decent amount. I was not expecting that. Alright, so I need to go in here first, go to audio settings, and turn streamer mode on. There we go. Alright, so let's jump in here to the festival playlist. I think next we're going to work on the PR stunts. I'm kind of trying to just save the trial for last. It's kind of a like crapshoot on that one. It's either going to be really easy you'll get with a decent team, or it's going to take you like an hour to do it because you just keep getting matched with really bad people. So we'll just have to see how it goes. I think I'm just going to fast travel over here for this one. I really don't want to drive all the way down there. I'm probably going to end up switching over to the Rimac to use for this. That's honestly what I use for all of the seasonal PR stunts anymore. It just makes it really easy and fast to knock them out. If you have the car, there's no point in not kind of abusing that and not wasting a bunch of time on them. Alright, so we need to change our car up here. I gotta make sure I have the right tune on the Rimac too. I have like 4 or 5 different ones depending on what I'm doing and what the season is. Sorry, excuse me there, guys. Wow, are you ever gonna load up? Sometimes if it like lags, I've read a lot of people have issues with the garage loading in. Sometimes if you bring up the Xbox guide, for some reason it'll load in really fast. Just a little tip you can try out. Honestly, it's kind of ridiculous how many loading screens you go through in this game and how long they can take sometimes. Luckily, the changing cars one's not that terrible. Alright, so we need to go in and check our tune out. The one I want to use for this is called Leap of Faith. If you guys want to try it out for any of the jump PR stunts. Wow, Forza is being incredibly slow for me today. Alright, so this is the one we'll be using. I believe it is... Yeah, the Easy Winter PR one also works really good for like stunt jumps, and it's like decent on-road too. It's on rally tires, so it's not the greatest. It does have more downforce than the Leap of Faith one. Like the Leap of Faith one's strictly for jumping pretty much. The Spring PR stunt one's on race tires. It's really good for speed traps. I don't remember what this one was. I was just messing around, but these are basically the ones that I use for all PR stunts anymore. I honestly don't know if I've done this jump in a while. I'm going to have to see what the run-up is. I'm not sure why it spawned me. Well, I guess that is kind of directly to the left of us here. Let's see. Is there a way to drive over there? Yeah, let's just cut through here, see if we can't get up. It always takes me a little bit to get used to driving this thing again. It's so crazy on the wheel, especially with how much just like instant torque this car has.
Turn around when it is safe
It's
to do so.
kind of hard to drive too because you don't have a whole lot of audio cues to let you know what the car is doing. Especially on-road. Off-road, you can kind of hear if the tires are spinning and stuff. On-road, you get the squeal, but it's, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just a lot different on a wheel. Alright, definitely going to have to figure this run out up. I do not remember how I did this last time. I don't believe we have to go super far though, so it really shouldn't matter a ton as long as I can get a good dash up to it, because this thing accelerates so crazy. Alright, so let's try to go from right here. Set that down so I don't actually or accidentally bump it and make it still focus from my wheel. Oh, it tossed me off there right before I went up to it. Let's go back just a little bit more. If I remember right, I come further from the right usually, but we're gonna try this. I don't think this is gonna be close, but you never know. Oh, I think we actually got it. Yeah, I think I was stressing the run up to that way too much for this car. It just, like I said, it makes these stupid easy to do if you have it. Alright, so next we need to head over here, which is kind of convenient. It's right beside us, and knock this speed zone out. And we'll go ahead and switch our tune now while we're in the menu. Oops. I really do like it when they actually put the seasonal objectives kind of close together so you can drive to them and you don't want to just kind of fast travel to them so much. Because personally, I hate driving back and forth across the map.
Turn sharp right.
We shouldn't need a whole lot of run up here, so come from about right here. Just want to give enough room to get the car stable. I think it's like 110 if I remember right we need to hit for this. Definitely way too fast. Like I said, I always got to readjust to this car. It drives so much different than anything else. And then wait for this car to go through us. Oh, we just barely missed it.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
No, definitely easier to go faster this way. I just need to give it a little bit more coming into it and around that first corner. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta fling the car in and pray that it's gonna hold grip. So like I said, it's not too bad in the Ricmotech. Even on the wheel, I'd knock that out pretty quickly. And our last one is right here. And since we are in the Ricmotech, we'll just drive over there. It's not gonna take that long to get there.
In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right. In 400 yards, turn left.
It's really crazy, like, how aggressively you can feel the grip through the force feedback on this car once it actually starts building up some downforce in the corner. Can't remember which way I did this from either, honestly. Let's just try to floor it this way and see if we can't hit it. And there's all the seasonal PR stunts. I don't think that took very long at all, honestly, to knock that out. It's probably, oops, like 15 minutes. What do I have here in my message center? Oh, more super wheel spins. I've been considering doing a super wheel, or well, a wheel spin opening episode here really soon, because as you guys see, I have a ton of them saved up for my VIP ones, and I don't even know how many I actually have here, but as you guys can see, I have well over 9. I want to say I probably have like 25, 30 super wheel spins at least, and probably close to 50 or 60 regular ones. Okay, enough stalling. We've knocked all the PR stunts out this season. I think anyways. I was going to say, all of those did count, right? Oh, by the way, guys, if you guys haven't actually looked at the list yet, if you haven't had the Fox Body Mustang, you can get that this season. You can also get the Eagle Speedster, which you can buy the car, but it's kind of expensive. Usually you can get it kind of cheap in the auction house, though. And then the Mini JCW Buggy, which I think we've had 2 or 3 chances to get before. Not super rare cars, but they are kind of hard to get still. And actually, I got to double check and make sure I have a car built I want to use for this. It's B700. I believe it's hot hatch, or is it super hot hatch? Oh, I'm in the completely wrong part of the map. I was going to say it's up here somewhere. B700 hot hatch. That's what I thought. I don't know if I have a B700 hot hatch built. Let's go in here, filter, B. Alright, so these are the options I have. I do have the Fiesta, but I was going to say, I think that's a rear-wheel drive drift car. That's B700. Actually, let me get rid of this so you guys can actually see everything here for a minute. Let's see. I haven't actually drove like any of these Mini Coopers. The Scirocco R would be a decent option, but you can't really do many upgrades. You know what, why not? I'm going to take the convertible Mini out. We can't do a ton of upgrades with this either, but it should be pretty decent in this, I want to say. We are going to have to go to either the festival or one of our houses here and upgrade this thing the rest of the way. Let's see how close we are to one of the houses. Yeah, we'll go to this one, and then we can drive the rest of the way so I can kind of test it. Well, I don't even have to drive there. We can test drive it out while we're waiting to be matched up. I don't know why every time I go to do the trials, I completely forget that you have to wait on it to actually load and match you up. And all of that garbage. That's why I hate and dread doing it so much. Like, if you could actually restart, like, fairly quickly, it wouldn't be a big deal. I will go ahead and leave the webcam off here until I finish upgrading this thing so you guys can see the whole screen. Gotta say, that little Mini does not sound bad. Terrible time of the year to be taking this thing out, though. Clearly, it's pouring rain right into our convertible right now. Once we get this car unlocked, that will be the end of the stream, guys. I will be getting the video recorded tonight for the car, though, for a review on it, and be posting it in the morning. So if you guys aren't already, go ahead and subscribe down there and click the notification bell, and you'll be notified of when it uploads. If I can actually get it edited and everything tonight, I will have it scheduled to upload like 5:30 my time. Or 5:30 a.m. my time, which is GMT -5, I believe. Could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what my time zone is. I live in Indiana. So I believe that puts me in GMT -5 off the top of my head. So we don't have a lot of room to do upgrades to this thing. It should handle somewhat decently. I don't believe this is a very heavy car. It is a convertible, which actually adds a weight to a lot of cars a lot of times, just because of all the motor structure and the reinforcing they have to do to them. This thing looks like it's actually got decent brakes on it. So I think I'm going to leave that alone for now, because we might be using that for like drivetrain upgrades or power. Since this is going to be pretty much stock, we'll only go to sport suspension. It should handle pretty well, but it doesn't give us much of a PI bump, because I want to try to add power to this thing. It really helps in the trials, because you got to go up against kind of decent AI. Not really decent, but overpowered usually. Not putting a roll cage in it just because it looks ridiculous. Wow, it actually doesn't even take this thing up to B700 doing race weight reduction on this thing. I think I'm going to keep it at sport though, so it gets us under 3,000 pounds, but it still gives us a decent amount of room to do some upgrades. We'll go ahead and do clutch. Since it actually doesn't affect our PI at all, I'm just going to do sport transmission on this thing so we can just adjust the gear ratios, because we're not going to be drastically modifying it. This only does one, so we'll go with sport on that as well. Like I said, I'm trying to be really stingy on everything I can, but still upgrade as much as possible and save it for power upgrades. What does this have for stock tires actually? Okay, so we're actually on street tire stock, so it should have decent grip for these power levels. Let's see, what are we at? 228. Tire width is 205, 215, only adds a little bit. It's definitely better than actually upgrading our tire compound, I should say. And what do I want to do for wheels on this? Ooh, the Wed Sports actually look kind of sick on this car, I gotta say. Yeah, we're going Wed Sport for this thing. I use them a lot, but they just look really good. We'll kind of browse through those, see if anything else kind of catches my eye. A lot of times I'll like pick something and then I'll just scan through and see if I want to kind of change my mind. Honestly, with how much of a pain like the rim organization is in Forza Horizon 4, it's kind of easier just to like select your initial one you like and then keep browsing than to go back all the way through if you do decide to go with that first choice. We'll check out the multi-piece. I'm not going to worry about specialty though, obviously, for this thing. I don't know, I'm not really seeing anything that really sticks out to me. Yeah, we're just going to stick with those Wed Sports. They look really good, and I actually think I might leave it green. Oh wow, the first upgraded track width makes a massive difference on this car. That's kind of crazy. I was going to say, does it actually go up any more than the first one? We'll actually go... I don't want to go too wide, so we'll go number 2. Should be like a 20 mil spacer, I'm going to guess. I gotta say, this little Mini does not look bad with some different rims on it. Let's just see what this looks like. I mean, in terms of Forza Aero, it's not absolutely the worst thing ever, but that's pretty bad. I wasn't honestly expecting that. but it kind of makes sense since there's no roof for them to stick the really goofy hatchback wing on it. Alright, so now we have to go over here and do some power upgrades to this thing. We have 25 PI to spend, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in this car you actually should be able to kind of milk a decent little bit of stuff out of it. Start with exhaust. Usually you can get your best gains over there. We'll stick with street. I want to see if I can milk some extra torque out with that. We have 2 PI left, so we're going to go over here to cooling. Oh, wow, that actually brings us over. I'm amazed. Usually that would not happen. I might take the flywheel off then so I can actually go ahead and... See, I should be able to do that. Yeah, right to B700. Perfect. Need to get a little drink of my coffee here. My throat's starting to get a little scratchy. Alright, now we'll jump over, do a little bit of tuning. There's not a lot we can do because most of our upgrades are sport, so we can't fine-tune everything on the car. I gotta say, the sport springs and dampers actually gives it a pretty respectable ride height, though. It doesn't look bad on the car. It's not too slammed down, not too cambered out. Normally I would run 19.5 rear because this is front wheel drive. I'm going to run 20 just so it helps the rear be able to rotate a little bit more and kind of helps fight the understeer in the front. I guess would be a good way to put it. It's not really fighting it, but it helps the rear rotate, so it kind of just counters the understeer in a way. If you guys can't tell, I'm a little tired. It's been a really long day today for some reason. I don't know, it just kind of dragged on and on. It's been a really dreary, dark day, though. Like I said, the weather's bad. It started raining like hour and a half, 2 hours ago, I want to say now. Yeah, just about 2 hours ago. And once that started in, I really started getting drained. So since we're not pushing crazy power, I'm only going to run a 40% front diff lock. On front wheel drive, you always want to have your decel all the way down unless you're doing like a rally build. On a rally build, I might run like up to a 14, maybe just a little higher if it's a really high horsepower front wheel drive rally car. But it just helps keep the car from understeering when you're slowing down going into the corners. If you run that up even just a little bit, you'll really start noticing the understeer coming out, especially if you play on a wheel. That should give us a pretty good setup though, because like I said, I can't really tune most of the parts we put onto this car. So we will jump over though real quick. We'll see what the other paints look like stock on this thing. I'm not going to look at any of the custom designs. So there's a green we already have on it. You can do a solid red, which actually... I'm not the biggest fan of red cars. I've owned a couple. I actually had a red 88 Camaro as my first car when I was like 11, 12 years old. My brother gave it to me, and I sold it back to him a couple years ago. That's the only red car I've had that I've actually really liked. I don't mind the color, but I'm not usually like kind of gravitating towards that color on cars. It's actually a really good looking blue, but I do not like it with the red stitching in the inside of the car. With the red accents there, though, on the stripes, that actually doesn't look bad. You can go solid black, which looks pretty good, I gotta say. Little murdered out convertible Mini Cooper. I think I'm actually gonna go with the red. I actually really like it. Kind of like a stereotypical color for Mini Cooper, but whatever. Wow, I do not know why my Forza Horizon slow has got... Or, did I just say my Forza Horizon slow? My Forza Horizon 4 has gotten so slow here lately. It used to not be nearly this bad, but I think it's because I'm just getting such a wide variety of cars in my garage. Like, it's always been full, but I've been removing more and more cars so I can get the new cars. I almost have all of them now. I'm only missing a few of the like super rare cars at this point. But regardless, lately it has taken so long for my game to load in. Alright, so let's jump over here, get this trial matchup started. Hopefully we can get one, or jump into one that's only got like 30 seconds before it starts up. Usually I have terrible luck and it's like two and a half minutes. Exactly as I was getting ready to say, and before I forget to switch it back on, I will put the webcam back on here for you guys now that we're done with upgrading this thing. Take a quick look around the car here. We got plenty of time to burn. I gotta say, I do like the way this car looks red. Just gonna run right up the mountain here to get up. Okay, that fence just about destroyed me. But to get to some actual road so I can see how this thing drives before we get thrown into the trial. I don't know why, but it is so hard for me to drive like smoothly in third person. Okay. Was not ready for that, but alright. That's why I wanted to drive this around a little bit though and just kind of figure out what the car does and how it handles before I just go straight into the trial. Because it does take forever to get through it. Even if you get thrown in with a good team first try, you still got to go through all the events. We might want to jump in there and lower that rear tire pressure just a little bit more. It seems to be wanting to slide out a little bit. Could be partially due to the weather though too. It was kind of rainy and nasty looking there. With street tires on this thing, it doesn't really have much of a problem sliding the rear end out, which is really odd. Really hope we get a decent team for this. It is so sketchy when front-wheel drive cars like to oversteer that much. The crazy thing is, like, I was trying to tune it for a little bit of oversteer in the rear just to help us get around corners, but even with me tuning for like as much grip as you really can, it still wants to really slide out in the back. By the way, if you guys like drifting in Horizon a lot, that car back there on the right-hand side of the road makes a great clipping point when the water is not so high. As you guys can see, force feedback still works during this, but I can't actually control the car. It's really strange. Forza does some weird stuff with the wheel. These menus kind of crack me up, to be completely honest, with streamer mode on, because you have no sound and your character's just dancing around. Oh wow, there's actually a little trunk back there. I was kind of wondering what the deal was back there, if there was a trunk or what it was, since it's a convertible like that, since minis usually have like a little hatch area. These menus are super boring when you're sitting here with no music. Wow, I forgot how terrible that is. Okay, guy on the left is in a glitter tank top and gold pants, so let's hope that's not a reflection of how the rest of our team is and how they drive. Not actually sure if I've done this one in a little while. You know, I didn't even think to look at it, but is this actually all road racing? Or is this going to be like a mix, like dirt event or something? Hopefully it's only on road, otherwise I'm kind of screwed. Bunch of wheel spin off the line. Good old Forza AI, just super slow in the corners and always in your way. Oh my god. This is probably not going to help matters any, but we're going to give it a shot. I think we just got destroyed from behind by our own team. Happens a lot in these trial events, though. Well, we're starting to make some ground. Whoa! Not sure what just happened there. I think people are forgetting that we're all in hot hatches and they understeer horribly. Trying to give them some room there. Whoa! Sorry about that. Okay. Just a Mini Cooper across the road coming over the hill there. Nothing to worry about. Oh, we're actually catching up to one of the red team. He must have got just destroyed by our team or something. This thing just weight transfers so oddly. It's really strange. Oh, I think I'm having a little bit of latency issue and a little bit of lag here because I'm streaming at the same time. I really shouldn't be. I have very good internet, but my wife could very well be streaming something downstairs as well right now. Oh, looks like we had a bunch of people that went off there. We barely managed to survive. Oh no! We were winning for a minute there. I don't think we got that one. I don't know what happened to whichever one of our teammates was in 11th, but they ended up dropping all the way to the back. That was close. We almost did. Or almost had that win. Yeah, I really don't know what happened there in that corner towards the beginning of that race, but we got annihilated. There was a bunch of carnage ahead of us too, and that's why I was slowing down so much. And then whether it was AI or our own team, whoever was behind us just absolutely took us out. Still managed to catch back up some, but it just slowed us down way too much, especially having to go back, rewind, and then get moving again. And then apparently somebody had taken out a Mini Cooper in front of us as well and left that in the middle of the road for us. That's always nice. Hopefully we don't start out in the back of our team this time so we can kind of get away from them. About midway up. Okay, so we need to kind of pedal this thing off the line. Try not to spin the tires up so much, which is honestly kind of hard with a front-wheel drive car putting this kind of power down that doesn't have a ton of grip and doesn't have the best tires on it. I felt like it was an okay launch, not terrible. Okay. I have no idea what's happening there anymore. Yeah, I think I'm having some connection-related issues due to me taking so much bandwidth up streaming, and at this time of night I can almost guarantee my wife's watching something on Netflix right now. So my Xbox is probably struggling to get enough bandwidth, even though it shouldn't be with what I pay for internet. Whoa. That guy's connection must be horrible. He is just popcorning in and out all over the place. I'm like half terrified I'm going to end up getting taken out by him. You can kind of tell in my driving too, I'm just like babying the throttle and being really careful about how close I actually get. Oh no. Wow, I almost died. I keep getting so distracted by all the popcorning, I'm not paying attention to actually racing. That's okay though, our team has a fairly decent lead. I need to quit paying attention to the points up there too. That's causing me a whole lot of issues. So I can kind of just drive comfortably and not really worry about struggling to catch back up. There's only 2 AI ahead of us at this point anyways though, so not really a lot of people left to even pass. Wow, that guy is just super lagging out. Well then, we won at least. Come on now. Getting ready to press A to finish the race, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I'm in an online trial. These menus are terrible without music, especially with how long it takes to load online in between, like, races. Damn you, copyrights. Gotta say though, that Mini does look good. Oh, this should be great. Nighttime street race in the rain. Wow, those Audi S1s are that low in this class and still that fast? That's crazy. Those things are like really overpowered for this class of vehicle then. I think they're all, yeah, they're all-wheel drive too, aren't they? I don't know what I was thinking there, but I just about completely blasted the tires off. Clearly forgot I was in the rain. Oh, we're sliding off. Come on. Managed to save it. Oh god. Oh god. That was so close. Oh god, that's a wall. Yep, we just 100% power slid a front wheel drive somehow, and that was a major roadblock. That was lame. Just like pulled off the most amazing front wheel drive slide I could have ever done and got wrecked by AI. Oh god, there was a car. Doesn't even matter, most of our team dropped out and the ones that didn't are all the way in the back. And now starts the joys of the trial. Oh, and my controller shut off. Well, that's great. And now we get to do it all over again. We were so close, too. That would have been awesome to be able to get it first try for the first time in a little while. There's been a few times I have got it the first time out. I've got it with decent teams, and they actually had decent car class for that season. We still have a chance. It might honestly work out for us because there's fewer of us, so it's easier for us to get points than them. But I'm a little doubtful considering half the team we have left was in the back when we finished the last race. Hopefully that was just because of the rain. Hopefully they're just really bad at racing in the rain at night. Okay. Hey, I didn't horribly understeer off the corner. The AI is legit trying to push me into the oncoming traffic, I think. Come on, AI, just crash into a car or something. That was a dive from a mile away if I've ever seen one. Somehow I made it stick, which is the really crazy thing about it all. Oh my god, we actually win because one of the people that were in the back dropped out. Yes. Oh, my live stream paused. I was honestly hoping one of them would, because I knew that would bring us up to the lead with the guy in first and then me slowly making my way back up to third. Alright, we just gotta get one more, and it honestly shouldn't be bad because... Oh wait, we finished. I thought we had to do 5 events, but alright. Well, that was honestly way easier than I was expecting it to be, especially once we got some of the crowd out of our team. That's how these trials and stuff go, though. Like, a lot of times when you have fewer people on your team for the trial, it's easier if you're all actually decent drivers. As you guys saw, we had somebody in the back, and all it took was one person in first, one person in third with 3 of us, and we were destroying them in points. It made me put that in my garage because I'm in an online event. That's alright, I gotta go through and do some house cleaning in my garage anyways on like wheel spin cars I've got that it's forced me to do and some other online races. Well, after all of that, guys, we are gonna jump into this thing really quick. At least we oh, we didn't actually get a win. We freaking tied. Are you kidding me? Well, here we go again. The disappointment. I don't care about a Horizon live session, or get the trial started. Come on. Oh, awesome. At least we got thrown into one that starts right away. You better run cheap. Alright guys, I'm going to take a fast break while this matches us up, and as soon as we get loaded in, I'll be right back here. Alright, we are about to get started. A little short on members in our team on this one. Hopefully that works out in our favor like I was talking about. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm not really sure why my Be Right Back screen is scaled that way. I've reloaded it twice and Elgato re-added it completely. It works fine, and then every time I go to stream, for some reason, it stretches out like that, off the screen. And the weird thing is, my starting stream screen works perfectly fine, and I've never had a single issue with it. It's just the Be Right Back one. Alright, let's try not to wheel spin. It's actually not a bad launch. Starting to get a little feel for the car. Not sure what exactly our teammates' tactic is with the whole bobbing and weaving thing back there. It's not boxing, but okay. Oh boy. That could have gone real south. That was that same corner where I got annihilated the first race the last time too. Oh no. Oh god. Yeah, that oil slick mini is just all over the place. Not really sure why he did that either, but okay. All we need is me not to get destroyed like that. Oh, one of our other teammates went off into a tree. Well, it's kind of a good thing I slid around that corner there and stuck on the inside like that. Otherwise I would have went head on to that car. Oh no! Saved it, but really slowed me down. It's not helping us make up any positions here, obviously. Oh god. Oh, it just barely slipped through that. If the guy in last place would drop out, I think we would get it, but I think he's just going to stick around for no real reason. Oh, I really hope we can get these next two. Just drop out, drop out. Come on, drop out. He's not going to, I know it. Okay, so the next race will be our evaluation race on whether we see if me and our other teammate can get far enough ahead to carry us to the win, or whether I just need to drop out in the next race and find another team again. Really, that's the only strategy there is to the trial. Well, I shouldn't really say that. If you go over to AR12 Gaming's Discord, they do have a thing there where you can get people to help you do it. I've never bothered with it. I've always done it on my own. Sometimes, like I said, you can get it knocked out first try. It's rare, but sometimes you can. And then there's most of the time this type of thing happens. You keep getting either not enough people that are good when you do get a full team, and it just becomes a drag to get it knocked out. And it's really annoying that we have to do it as a trial to get this car for the season, because it's not even that great of a car. Like, that's the thing I keep asking myself, is it really worth it? Because I don't need the car to do a video on. I have other stuff I can make videos on. I just like to try to get a video out for you guys on all the new cars that come to the game when they're released. Like, started me a mile behind everybody else, it seemed like. Of course. Okay, now if I could stop sucking it, we might have a chance. I'm just so sketchy around that oil slick mini because he is just all over the place most of the time. Oh! Was not ready for that. Oh god. Just bang the limiter to slow it down. Why not? It's Horizon after all. And I see our teammate has ended up off in the field over there. Ho-ho! Little off-roading in our Mini Cooper. Yeah, we're at 80% in this one already. We may as well just stop and drop out and find a new team. Oh, and so it begins. Wow, that took a minute. Really praying that we can get through this time. Kinda over it, not gonna lie. If this one actually shows promise, we might get a win out of it. I will turn the wheel cam back on, but for now we're just gonna leave it off and see how this goes. Okay, so we have almost a full team. Oh, I didn't even think about the golf. That would have actually been a really good option. I mean, we're doing decent in our Mini. If it wasn't for it wanting to oversteer and rotate so quickly on some of those faster corners, we could do really well in it. That's our biggest problem, I feel like. Also, it'd be a bit of a help if the AI wouldn't drive so ridiculous a lot of times. Okay. Trying to drive it a little more reasonably and focus a little more too. I've been kind of focusing more on talking during these, and it has made me make some really dumb mistakes, so let's try to drive a little better this time. Also didn't help with all the lag in like the first trial we did, and a little bit into the second one as well. Okay. No idea what the AI was doing there, but okay. Up in the 5th now? Yeah, 5th place. It's not bad. You really got to stop worrying about what the points are at and pay attention to the road. That's what's going to cause me to mess up, I can already tell. Well, it looks like we got a decent team this time, so I don't think we'll have any trouble getting the car unlocked on this run. Honestly, a pretty big relief for me too, because like I said, I still have to record the video on the new car, edit it, and get it rendered tonight so I can try to get it scheduled to upload in the morning. Ho-ho! I don't know why it is this thing so slow through that section. I've noticed a couple times now I've gotten caught by the AI coming in there, and he had to slow down through the car. Alright, not bad. Finally got put in a team that does decent, and you don't have to try to carry them or they just all drop out. Wow, he is way back there. Oh, DNF'd. Come on now. Hurry it up a little. I really wish they would slim some of this stuff down. I mean, yeah, it's cool and all, but now that I've been playing the game for like a year, it's like the little charm it had is kind of worn off, and I really just wish there were less loading screens that were faster. I really wish I had a 1X Enhanced to try it out on. I've heard it's a lot better on PC as well, but I've heard there's still issues with the garage loading and stuff like that for some people. I mean, it's kind of expected though when you have a car roster as big as this game does and you can modify everything so much. And I've noticed that's what it is too. The more I've gotten a variety of cars and I've started modifying more and more and more of them, that's what's been taking so long to load, I think. 'Cause it's gotten progressively worse the more I drive cars, modify them for like photography or to do events with here in the game. It wasn't so much just collecting the cars, it was, I think, really just all the data the game has to process for your garage that's actually modified is what slows it down so bad. And just mega wheel spin off the line, it felt like. Thank you, AI. I needed something to help slow me down a little bit there. I did not realize we were already up to that like 90-degree corner. Oh, that... Did he just make it through? Is he still going? He is still going.